2019 was another milestone year for the Cagayan Valley Regional Development Council 2, triggered by the transitions in national and local governance resulting from the national and local elections in May, and the Council's reorganization in September. Motivated by these changes, the Regional Development Council 2 remained steadfast in pursuing inclusive and sustainable development for the Cagayan Valley region, through an unwavering commitment and support of the members. The Council's milestones are summed up with the conduct of 4 meetings held on February 26, June 19, September 27, and December 5, and the conduct of major regional activities throughout the year. The Council's most significant activity is the reorganization of the RDC2 for the 2019 to 2022 term. President Rodrigo R. Duterte appointed Isabela Governor Honorable Rodolfo T. Albano III as the new RDC2 chair, and private sector representative Ms. Blessida G. Diwa as the co-chair. PSR was likewise conducted in August 30, resulting to the confirmation of 9 PSRs as regular members of the Council on September 27. They met up a month after for an orientation about the RDC and its committees, as well as to prepare their PSR action plans for the 3-year term. 14 agencies were also confirmed by the Council as the special non-voting members with the inclusion of new SNVM, the Civil Service Commission. The sectoral and support committees were also restructured following the reorganization of the Council. The local chief executives of the region heads the sectoral committees as follows: Governor Manuel N. Mamba as the chair of the Committee on Development Administration and Communication, Governor Carlos M. Padilla as the chair of the Infrastructure Development Committee, Governor Tequila Carlo E. Cua as the chair of the Economic and Development Committee, and Mayor Joseph S. Tan as the chair of the Social Development Committee. A total of 64 RDC2 resolutions were passed during the year of appropriate action of regional line agencies and other private and government institutions. 15 of the resolutions were initiated by the full Council, while the rest of the resolutions emanated from and endorsed by its sectoral and support committees. Early this year, the RDC2 and its executive committee supported and endorsed 23 budget proposals of regional line agencies and state universities and colleges. These were initially evaluated by the Regional Budget Review Committee, RBRC, during the 2-day regional budget consultation in April. 3 major documents were also adopted and/or endorsed during the year. The updated Cagayan Valley Regional Development Plan 2017 to 2022, which assesses how the region fared during the first half of the plan period, redefines the vision, and realigns and identifies the strategies to ensure the realization of the vision and implementation of the plan targets. The region's vision by 2040 is to be gateway to East Asia, where its economy is driven by agro-industries, manufacturing, IT-based industries, adventure and culture tourism, and its people live in peace and prosperity. The updated Regional Development Investment Program 2017 to 2022, which contains the rolling list of programs and projects to be implemented by the RLAs, LGUs, and SUCs that are crucial in the achievement of the regional development objectives within the medium term. And lastly, the initial protected area plan for the proposed proclamation of the Santa Praxedes Protected Landscape and Seascape led by the municipality of Santa Praxedes and in collaboration with the provincial government of Cagayan and DENR. The RDC2 responded and acted on several regional concerns as follows. Number 1. Urged the National Telecommunication to compel mobile phone service providers to strictly comply with the Free Mobile Disaster Alerts Act. 2. Requested all mayors to instruct all barangay chairpersons to designate a barangay population worker and volunteer in their respective barangays. 3. Requested the National Food Authority to ensure the steady supply of NFA rice in the province of Batanes. 4. Enjoined the LGUs to provide a seat for indigenous people mandatory representation in their local legislative councils or the Sanggunian. 5. Required the RLAs, LGUs, and SUCs and other government instrumentalities to mainstream gender and development in their respective flagship programs and projects. 6. Supported the post-creation of Department of Culture and the executive order issued by the province of Nueva Vizcaya regulating the entry of live hogs, pork, and its related and byproducts in order to keep the region free from African swine fever. 7. Supported the declaration of adolescent pregnancy as a national social emergency and adopted a regional interagency action to address the issue. To continually improve the region's connectivity and accessibility and provide for a viable physical environment for economic activities, several infrastructure projects were supported and endorsed at the national level, such as the proposed projects under the iconic bridge project of the DPWH, namely the Pinanawan Bridge 2 in Tuguegarao City and the Alcala Bridge in Alcala, Cagayan. The road projects under the Roll-It, or Roads Leveraging Linkages for Industry and Trade Convergence Program of DTI and DPWH. The Tourism Road Infrastructure Program under the convergence of DPWH and DOT. The proposed convergence of DepEd and DPWH for the construction of multi-purpose roads leading to schools. The funding request for the construction of a 2.25-kilometer road and bridge of Segment 4 of the proposed Dalton East Alternate Road Project. Proposed Tumawi River Multi-Purpose Project. The conduct of a feasibility study for the construction of Kawayan City Alternate Route. And the Regional Convergence Initiative on Agroforestry Abundance and Productivity using integrated technologies through barangay-based agricultural ventures and advancement. To encourage RLAs, LGUs, and SUCs to be more proactive in their respective project proposals, the Cagayan Valley Project Development Assistance Center, DAC, was reactivated by the RDC to provide technical assistance to local government units and agencies in the preparation of project proposals and engage private sector participation in development. During its joint council meeting with the Regional Peace and Order Council in June, the RDC also supported the operationalization of Executive Order No. 70, institutionalizing the whole-of-nation approach in attaining inclusive and sustainable peace, creating a national task force to end local communist armed conflict in the region. All members of both councils signed their declaration of support in implementing EO 70, the Regional Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict, RTF-LCOC, were approved and adopted. In support of the implementation of a whole-nation approach, the RDC2 approved and adopted the Project Class Home as a convergence program of concerned RLAs, LGUs, and SUCs. The project aims to improve access of the indigenous people to basic education services in the three remote barangays of Masi, San Juan, and Bural in Sununtungan Valley in the municipality of Rizal, Cagayan. On the facilitation of the project implementation, the Council, through its Regional Project Monitoring Committee, conducted a joint meeting and field monitoring and problem-solving session with the RPMC of the Cordillera Administrative Region, CAR, particularly on the Chico River Pump Irrigation Project, CRPIP, on August 23. A joint field validation and site inspection with the Provincial Monitoring Committee of Nueva Vizcaya were also undertaken on the Forest Land Management Project, Pasa Small Reservoir Irrigation Project, the Cagayan River component of the Flood Race Management Project, and the Bagabag District Hospital on October 22 to 24. A total of 73 projects damaged by Typhoon Ompong and Rosita in the region were visited during the joint validation and site inspection of the RPMC with the Regional Project Validation and Evaluation teams spearheaded by the Office of the Civil Defense. For this year, the RDC2 boasts of the 7th annual conduct of its advocacy campaign program, the Cagayan Valley Regional Annual Planners Convention, as the main activity during the RDC 2-week celebration in September. Its adopted theme, optimizing the use of information and communications technology in planning, governance, and disaster response, explore the use of ICT, Geographic Information System, and remote sensing. A total of 150 participants from the local government units, regional line agencies, academe, and the private sectors attended the activity. Another notable feat for the Council, through its Regional Geographic Information Network or RGIN, is the launching of the RGIN Geoportal or Innovation Hub held on August 27, wherein the activity was graced by DOST Secretary Fortunato T. De La Peña, said Innovation Hub is a first among the RDCs in the country. The Innovation Hub or Geoportal offers content for a wide range of GIS applications such as development planning, policy formulation, project development, monitoring and evaluation, facilities management, and remote sensing. Other advocacy activities undertaken in 2019 are the Information Officers and Speakers Bureau Training and Seminar Workshop led by the Committee on Development Administration and Communication. On Drone Aerial Imaging for Mapping and 3D Modeling led by the RGIN. Regional Consultation on the Proposed National Land Use Act led by the Regional Land Use Committee. And the PSR Orientation Briefing. The Council also continued to prepare and distribute the RDC2 linkage, the official publication of the RDC2, and the Regional Project Monitoring and Evaluation System, RPMES report. One of the most notable initiatives of the RDC for the year is the introduction of paperless meetings in its council and committee meetings. The RDC implemented the conduct of less paper meetings as early as first quarter of the year. This as a green strategy and cost reduction effort of the council to help the environment and maximize its resources actively and efficiently. In appreciation of the initiative, RDC Chair Governor Adolfo T. Albano III provided the members one Apple iPad each during fourth quarter RDC meeting in December. These noteworthy accomplishments of the Council were possible through the unwavering commitment and support of the local chief executives, agency members, and private sector representatives to all RDC programs and activities. As the RDC2 welcomes another year, its efforts to create an inclusive and sustainable growth to the populace and the next generations will is strengthened for a more bountiful Cagayan Valley region, as we envision Region 2 as the gateway to East Asia. It's economic driven by agro-industries, manufacturing, IT-based industries, adventure and culture tourism, where people live in peace and prosperity.